Alright, so technically it's Monday, but it's technically Inspiration Wednesday as well. So I'm traveling this week. I'm going back to my home state of New Jersey and to teach this weekend, and so I won't actually be here for Wednesday. So I thought I better do this early since last week I totally was a day late and $1 short. So I'm not going to be doing the spray today, I don't think. Although I have went out and bought 91% alcohol and then realized that the alcohol I was using was 91%. I've watched videos now and I know it should work, but I'm not about to try it again on camera. So we'll do something totally different today. I'm going to gesso the background though. So I'm going to gesso these pages and then come back and have something to gesso on there. And I have something totally random today. This is made by a company called Scrap FX and it's called Honeycomb Patchwork. It's made in Australia. No idea where I got it, and I'm thinking I'm going to use it somehow. Because I just buy these things. I mean, it's just so cool. I'm thinking maybe I'm going to punch all these out. Maybe I'll just keep those random 3 in there. Or do I do like, oh, I just kind of like those in there. And I'm going to have to cut this because it's not going to fold real easy across the center. So I'm thinking something like that. I mean, that might be fun. Cut it right there. Let's see if I can. All right, I'm thinking gel medium to hold this down. So I'm just going to coat the page in a nice heavy layer of gel medium. I could use, that's really a lot by the way, I could use Collage Pause, but I think it might be just a little too thin to grip this thick chipboard down, so I'm hoping that this is much thicker and a better grab onto the chipboard. I think in hindsight it would have been much better to have used Telmar Quick Dry, and I'm going to take 2 more of those hexagons that I pulled out of there, and I'm just going to glue them back into that shape. The Helmar, even though it might have taken a little bit longer to put in there, totally worked a lot better. And I've got a kind of a gooey mess here. So, yeah, hindsight, 2020. Note to self, quick drying Helmar glue would be a better choice. Alright, so I'm going to have to color on top of this. It's kind of still a little gooey mess. I'm hoping that the color helps me see something better out of it. I'm going to be using Quinacridone Magenta and Permanent Violet Dark. I know, crazy, purple, I know. Let me start with the magenta, clean off my nasty brush, and see what we get. Thought was, what if I took my palette knife and some teal, and I've got that here, and I just go over the top and maybe it'll just catch on all the honeycomb thing, all the little hexagons. So let's just see, who knows. Alright, here's my next thought. So I got this Eckhart Tolle book, and it's got the power of, it's good positive stuff, so you never know what you're going to get when you turn to a page. Sometimes when you take clips out of books, it could be scary. But there's no dirty parts in this book, which is nice. Alright, so I'm going to take, this is one of the hexagons, and I'm going to get my X-Acto knife out, and I'm going to cut, if I can find my X-Acto knife. Now, it's probably like the dullest knife ever. And I'm just going to turn like to here. And we're going to cut out, like you're doing it with me, some hexagons. And I can put them in the squares, or the hexagons obviously, of the thing. Alright, it took me a while to make up my mind of where I wanted those pieces. But that's what I'm putting in there. And I think for this one I am going to use Collage Pause because the paper is thin. And I want to be able to put a coat on top because I think I want to put some UT in there. Not positive yet, but either way, I'm going to go in, now that I've got them, of course, hopefully I can get them out. Just take a little Collage Pause, clean off my brush, and just kind of sandwich them in there in between this layer of Collage Podge. So all those little spots are dry, and I've got my Versamark pen, and I've got my UT, which is Ultra Thick Embossing Enamel out, and I'm going to use my heat tool because this is the best one for embossing. And I'm going to emboss over these windows here that have the book text in them. Now I put that Collage Podge on top. Looks like I'm totally wasn't dry, but oh well, we're just going to roll with it. And that should help, or this pen should help it adhere. And if I were smart, I would have done all three, but I wanted to show you one, and then I'll know that I can go back and do the rest of them off camera. So, just wanted to show you. So I've got that in there, and I'm just going to melt it, and I should probably zoom in a little bit so you can see what will happen to it. It's just a thin layer, and as I heat it, you'll see it start to melt. You can see by melting that has like a nice like glossy, glassy kind of finish on it. Now I'm going to do all the things that have paper just like that. I might even put 2 or maybe even 3 coats inside of each one. I'm kind of in a quandary now. I don't really know what I want to do. I know there's a couple things I could do. So the fact that these are UT'd in here, that makes them resistant to paint. They'll resist anything I put on, I can wipe it right off. So I can put some more layers of paint on top of this. The other thing is I'm not sure what I want to do with this, but I know I didn't want to paint the whole thing pink. So it could be whatever color I do decide to put on top, I can, you know, incorporate that in there. But I think I need a color, another color. A drippage? Drippage might be interesting. Drippage might be interesting, but I don't know what color. Alright, I'll be back, I think. Okay, you know when I say this in class all the time, it's not done until you put these stencils on it somewhere, so I was thinking maybe I should try to incorporate this somehow. And, you know, there's a lot of texture going on. Maybe I should open the book and kind of go like this so it's just a little flatter, but just going to kind of see what I get. I'm going to use that black spray paint and just see if I can't get a little bit of text love coming in here. Thought is I want more color, so I'm thinking yellow. I've been liking yellow lately, and I've got my just polka dot stencil, and I'm thinking to try to get just a cluster of polka dots, maybe on the 3 that are solid, that have the, remember the hexagons from the beginning still in their spots. So let's see if I can't purposely get some of the spray paint just on those areas. Strange as this may sound, part of me wants to take red and a little thin brush and outline like 1 or 2 of those hexagon or inline. So this could go totally bad, like this one, maybe this one. I just want to do this. Thin brush, just outlining is not the thing. Inlining. Alright, so I wanted some words on here, and I'm thinking, I went to this, just went to a quote in Pinterest, and because last week's was such a flop, you know, at least visually, maybe not personally, I did grow, I wanted to put something in here about this week, and I put, it's not about being the best, about being better than you were yesterday, and that's kind of what this journal is about. And I want to put it this way, believe it or not. I just want to I just put this piece of paper in my typewriter. It's just a random little notebook, spiral notebook piece of paper. And I'm thinking, do I want to tear it or cut it? Let me just tear. I started with Helmar and then I decided to use some collage polish because I'm thinking may or may not want to put something on top, a color, and I don't want the paper to turn color, so yeah, I opted for some collage polish. And I kind of like it. I really, in the back of my mind, want to walk away, but I just think it needs one more thing. It needs like some kind of framing element. I'm not sure what it needs, but it needs something else. So I'm going to think about that and I'll be back. All right, this is not the finishing moment, but I have one of my Unity stamps in the Empowered set is I am not who I was yesterday, and that's kind of perfect. And I kind of just feel like I want to put it there. Ooh, there might be nice too. There might be nice. I don't know if it's going to show up at all. But I thought that, let's see what it looks like when it's closed. I kind of still like that one. Ink her up with some stays on. Let's see if I can't get this in there. Oh, it's light, but it's in there. It's kind of fun. It's a hidden message. Okay, so I know that's in there. That makes me happy. I'll be back again. I'm a big proponent of listening to that little inner voice that says, you should try this. And even if you think it's not the best thing, I'm still going to do it. Because that inner voice is saying, drop some of that black India ink on there. So I'm just going to take the dropper, drop some of that in there. Not sure where. And I feel like the book is not flat enough. Like I'm going to get curves. Let's see if I can do that. Oh, that might work. I might get one for the bottom too. And, oh yeah, that might work. Alright, so I'm just going to randomly drop. Oh, that was a big blob, by the way. That was a blob I don't think I wanted. I don't care. I'm just going to go for it. Look at that. Now I've got ink all over. I'm making a mess. I can't read my quote. That's going to make me mad. Let's see if I can't get that off. I wonder if I could. What? You know, I have that rubbing alcohol from the other day. Do you think that that would actually take that ink off? I don't know. We're going to see. So let's see if I spray. Let's see if it does anything to the ink. Okay, let's try this one. Let's see if it won't make my ink come off. I am definitely making a mess now. Do you see this? This is a great mess. Good thing I put that collage polish on top. How about we just put black everywhere? That was a hot mess. Who knows what my quote says? I think I have to go back to the typewriter and retype that. I've got a hell of a black ink mess. Took most of the ink off of that side. Alright, think what I wanted to do, and then I'm going to walk away. Let's go back over with the turquoise and the palette knife. I did put a new quote back on top because that was a whole bunch of hot mess thing going on over there. So I think I'm just going to go back into that turquoise paint. I'm probably going to need more because it got quite dry. And just palette knife myself some blue back in. See if I can't brighten it up a little bit because now it's all muddy there. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Alright, I'm just going to put the date on here and call it a day. And today, even though it's the 10th, will be the 12th when this airs. So I'm going to put the 12th on there, and yeah, I am done with Inspiration Wednesday. This didn't go in any way I kind of thought it would. I think I used a lot more color than I normally would. I like the pop of red. As scary as that might sound, that pop of red is making it for me. Yeah, the India ink, not so good. Glad I could back away from it a little bit and recover. And yeah, put some three-dimensional stuff on your page today. That's kind of fun. I liked it, liked embedding it in there. Alright, that's it. So I will see you probably not next week just because of my traveling, but maybe. You never know. I could surprise you. Alright, peace.